Absolutely. We always take something away from every meeting we have. Oh yes, yes. Good oak. Let's go. Thank you.
But for some American families, the wait is over. Ashley Bruggeman running into her family's arms in a New York airport, still wearing the same clothes she had on when she fled the Brussels airport.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away.
It's going to be a fun time. I like to wade into the band, because you know what you don't get very often? Marching baritones. Here's one right here. Plus, you know I love the tuba. It's one of my favorite instruments. Listen to this.
He lost the microphone.
He lost his mic down the tuba. Are you kidding me?
That's not a tuba, by the way.
Oh, what is it?
It's a sousaphone.
Oh, a sousaphone.
Z Matki Bożej Strażniczki Wiary, Bedonia, Matki Królowej Polski, z Białej Podlaskiej, Świętego Antoniego, z Białej Rawskiej i Rawy Mazowieckiej, z Uścioła, Świętego Rocha, Złap, Biłgoraja, Jerzego i Magdaleny.
You can log onto our website, NBC4i.com, and search the words, Dear Fans.
Well, I haven't seen that yet, Jim.
Snazzy.
But I hope my rack's better than yours. That's all I'm saying.
You were speaking to Jim, of course, right?
Jim, yeah.
Yes.
I was just talking to Jim over here, Jim.
Yes, he was talking to you, Jim.
So.
I'm ignoring it.
When they play against the big boys, a team like the Carolina Panthers, a team that can really line up and say, hey, you know what? We're going to come right here, and right here, right in your mouth. I don't know if they can play that kind of football. Oh, my God.
Michael, what's up? What's up? Get it? Yeah, get it, Michael. What?
At the 2008 Beijing Olympics, it's fair to say a few people were shocked when they saw images of female gymnasts kissing on their TV screens. The gymnast in question was Russia's Ksenia Semenov, and following her routine, cameras caught her planting a mouth-on-mouth kiss with a fellow teammate. The images upset more than a few viewers, while others brushed it off as merely a European custom.
Hey man, what the fuck? Está sangrando de la boca.
Telling me just a little bit ago that this is New Jersey values joining up with New York values, adding this is big government, anti-Second Amendment, pro-choice. More importantly, though, this is terrible for Rubio, this aide continued, arguing that he cannot line up the establishment. That's the same argument that we heard from John Kasich's spokesperson, who essentially called this a nightmare for Marco Rubio. So the question now...
When the ambulance came, was he still alive?
Yeah, he was breathing.
Okay, and was he still, you know, making contact and he sound clear? Did he feel like he was losing breath or anything?
Yes, ma'am.
What did he say?
He was like, nah, all I heard was saying, help me, help me. I got to pee.
Oh, that's what he said?
I got to pee.
Oh.
I'm gonna pee on myself.
Do you know where he was shot at on his body?
I think in the arm in the side right there.
So he was shot on the arm and his leg, or arm and his stomach?
I just peed on myself.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But
I'm wait.
No. So afterwards, can you describe to people who don't know him? His name was Michael. You said?
I think. Huh? I think his name was
Mike. Okay, we'll be right back.
The first Lord of the Rings movie, unbelievable surround soundtrack. You got Bilbo coming from whatever his name is, coming from behind you.
And you never want Bilbo there
coming from behind you. I'll tell you that right now, folks.
That said, let's just stop before you dig yourself any deeper.
Girl, you're perfect. You're always worth it. And you deserve it. The way you work it.
You gotta go! You gotta go! You gotta go!
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Help! Help me!
Wesley presents, like a professional faith in the Lord Jesus Christ. I now baptize you in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son,
living room macht skådespelaren. Vad tog det?
Hade du vetat om det här, men det är du inte. Du är intresserad av att samla in så mycket licensavgifter som möjligt, för det är det som är ditt jobb. Och det gör människor irriterade, aggressiva och upprörda, och det har de all rätt att vara.
Nej. Som jag försökte säga tidigare här, vi saknar inte de som har
Excuse me. What are you doing with your phone? What are you doing with your phone? You keep putting it underneath the chair. What are you doing with it? Why do you keep sliding it on the chair and aiming it at me?
There's a crowd of thousands gathering here, some of whom are people who arrived here very early this morning. The earliest person to arrive around 7:45 or so is my new friend Charles. Charles, why did you come so early this morning, man?
Well, the reason why I come so early just to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday, because I feel it's really good to come, because you know, when Martin Luther King's birthday comes on January, I would say it's important to always come to celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday, because it really is important, and it's good.
Thank you very much, Charles. There are a lot of people who feel exactly the way Charles does, and they've been doing so for decades here in Dallas, and like you'd said,
During your relationship with Stacy, have you ever had sexual contact of any kind with a woman other than Stacy? You said no. The lie detector test determined you're telling the truth.
Come on, pop it in. There, go you, Margo. Get there. About 50%. 60%. 70%. 80.
6 teenagers used a basketball to break into this house. Luckily, a neighbor was watching and called police.
I've never seen this happen before, so
What the?
I'm afraid.
Deputies say this morning, who wanted to remain anonymous, helped them track down 6 teenagers, 2 of them girls, breaking into a home on Eagle Glide this morning.
I saw my dog barking, and I took a look from the window on the car.
So, what other languages do you speak?
It's very good.
Yes, and do you speak other languages despite Lithuanian or English?
English.
English. What was your biggest dream when you were a child?
I don't know.
Did you want to be a politician?
No.
No?
No.
So, why did you decide to be a politician?
No, I don't say about politicians, but it's about life or music, but no politician.
Oh, really?